And if you use code M40, you'll immediately get gonorrhea.
Wow. Jesus. Hey, did you know there's a music festival going on?
Hell yeah, it's the Riffs and Rhythms Music Festival.
Sponsored by Noxx Dunn.
Rum, bands, full liquor bar, amazing shit. Everything's going to be great.
November 23rd from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. 9 bands playing. It's going to be an awesome event there. Original Florida music.
Punctuated with the Riffs and Rhythms
podcast
in between all the bands.
All right, we're going to be there. We're going to be holding down the fort there. We're going to be talking and podcasting in between the band set up there.
And we're all going to do it soaked in Noxx Dunn Rum. Baby.
Some people call it a rum cake. It'll be a rum Paul. Get you some. Food trucks, vendors, come hang out there. Support local, support Florida. Come hang out with us.
Be there. Hey, everybody. I'm Kevin McLaughlin, and this is the Riffs and
Rhythms podcast, and I'm Paul Robertson. Man, this is a big show.
I'm excited.
This is the energy in the room here. There's a lot going on. There's quite a few more people than normal.
Yeah, we're right at about 112, 114 volts.
Exactly. So we're cranking up, I think 220 if you're in Europe maybe, or whatever the conversion is. I don't know.
There's no stove plugs.
Yeah. So
we'll meter it later to find out.
Yeah,
but it's high energy in here for sure.
What are the prongs? How do the prongs go in Europe or something? I don't know. Is that a gang sign? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot. This is a big week. So there's something we're going to talk about, obviously. Hint here. We'll talk about that. We got an awesome guest, a very, very important guest, a VIP guest, I think we should say, especially ones that bring their own booze.
We like those the best.
Yes. So before we jump into it real quick, so you've been a pretty busy weekend. You had the Malabar Rama?
We played there not long ago, and it was good. Performed there with the Allman Brothers tribute act called Brothers After All. And it's where we take 7 people and we just bash away just crazy loud Allman Brothers songs, and it went great.
It was a good turnout, right?
Yeah, it was good turnout despite the weather. And basically, this is an undisclosed location in Malabar has recreated one of the festivals that they used to do up in Swanee Park.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Yeah. I had a coworker attend, and obviously they
came up and said hello.
Good. Okay. So I don't feel so bad not showing
JP
up. Yes, JP. That's right. Yeah.
Hey, JP. Good to meet you.
Yep. So so he was coming up and he was checking out. They're big fans. They've been I think he reminded me about the event, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess I forgot. And Kevin sent a text, and I was like, hey, his
could have got you in for free.
I know. I was slaving at editing podcast videos, so somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to be the rock star, and somebody's got to be the not star. So. But anyway, so yeah, we got a lot going on. So let's just get right to it here. So we've got a big stuff coming up here on this episode. We're going to talk a lot about the upcoming Riffs and Rhythms Music Festival.
It's this weekend.
That's right. So tickets are still available there. You can click the QR code if you can take your phone to the screen, or just go to the website, riffsandrhythms.com.
Yeah, just click here.
Yeah, somewhere there. Get the phone, capture it right. So we're going to talk about that. Obviously, a big part on this flyer is that at the top right there. So
it says, you need me to read it? You are a drummer.
No, you can't. You're just playing it off because you don't have your glasses on.
I can read.
Why.
It says Noxx Dunn.
Yes.
So Noxx Dunn being
our title sponsor of the Riffs and Rhythms podcast here. So we're really excited. Wait.
Yeah. Well, we shouldn't say what Noxx Dunn is. We should let our esteemed guest describe it in his own words.
Cool. No, that works. I'd rather not do all the talking.
When did that happen?
Anyway, so let's welcome to the podcast a special, very important guest here who's, as we've already just mentioned, they're related to the festival here. So we have founder of Noxx Dunn. We've got Chris Hall. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, guys.
So
I'm doing great. How you
so,
doing?
Yeah, man. Oh, you got an applause. Look at that.
Wow. Well, those are all the people I brought, right?
Yes. That's the crew. Yeah, your crew rolling deep. So
My posse.
your posse. So, well, welcome. Thanks for coming on the podcast here. So,
Thanks for having me.
yeah, no, well, yeah. So we got a lot to talk about here. Again, appreciate the supporting of the podcast here, and we're going to get into a little bit about your music, how you're so much into music. Obviously, we want to talk about the rum, right? That's the important stuff here. Is talk about some Noxx
Dang
Dunn.
straight.
But we're sitting up here though, right, Mr. McLaughlin, and this is like is this like no dry November? Or
So
something?
we have intentionally been going through a lack of
Oh no, it's no November.
accoutrement.
So
Because we've got an additional member of the cast this evening.
that is correct. That is correct. So we were from this episode here. We had Chris going to be on here. We're going to be trying some and drinking a whole lot of Noxx Dunn, and we have a bartender tonight.
We do.
Yeah, so we were hoping for a super hot bartender chick, and we got
You
Brett.
got it.
You got a super hot dude who likes chicks. And- hello, you guys.
Hey,
Thanks for having
hey,
me.
yeah, we
It's
got
Brad Brock
yeah.
from JNC TV.
Oh yes. So again, if you
Thank
guys you guys know Brad. Again, we talk about him almost every obligatory.
There is an obligatory mention of Brad
Yes,
Brock
that's right,
from
yeah,
his,
that's right.
his side of the
So
table.
You know, it's the only reason that I watch, right? I
he gets excited.
on my Tuesdays when you guys do your live premieres. I sit and I wait and I listen for my obligatory shout out,
say how did
and then I turn it off. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he actually texted me and he's like, "Do you realize it took you 40 minutes to say my name last time?"
say, well, as we got to keep it longer to keep him watch time. We
that's
got to get
our-
those watch time, man.
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
Because Brad mentioned, click, exit tab.
Yeah, and I've I've done my time.
Oh, look
So,
at that. We call Brad out, and the list of things we're supposed to say just falls on the
Stonewall.
ground.
That's the ghost of Stonewall
That's
Jackson
right.
in
Yeah,
this place.
that's Stonewall.
How we haven't mentioned
third-
Stonewall in a long
while.
time.
Yeah, our
Our
co-host,
silent partner,
right? so-
Stonewall Jackson.
right?
Well, with that being said, I see that you guys are over there doing No Nut November without a drink. Or is it No Shave November?
No, actually, it feels like no Noxx November. So bring some. You're gonna bring some over here and stop.
All right,
so
so we have some options. Listen, you guys. So I am bartending tonight. I'm super stoked. So we got all kinds of stuff brought to you by Chris here from Noxx Dunn. We got the straight barrel Noxx Dunn. This is the OG, right?
That's the brand. That's the one and only.
The one and only. This is it. And
blend
so we
as
also
of right
brought a pre-mixed old fashioned, right? And that's actually what Devin is sipping on over there. What do you think, man?
It hits.
It hits.
It
All
hits.
right. So if you
I'll
guys
take one
wanna
of them.
It's
try
spicy.
that, we
Yeah, make
also
that
have
two.
the pumpkin concoction that Chris brought as well.
Yeah, that's a. Well, you can't have fall without pumpkin spice. So
Right. Tracy said that it was that it tastes like a pumpkin pie.
Oh,
She said if you put a little dollop of whipped cream in there, it would like just send it to the next level.
Well, that's the thing. So for Halloween, we poured it out of a pumpkin. We tapped a pumpkin and we were pouring it out at various locations. And then for Thanksgiving, we'll just do the same thing. We'll rub the eyes off of the pumpkin and.
That's the way to do it. That's awesome, though. How do you tap a pumpkin? They have like a little thing where you screw in the thing, and you.
Yeah, you well in this case, I did it in the summer with a watermelon during watermelon season, and I had a little kit you get on Amazon. It's comes with a little tap, and there is a little boring device.
I'm sure it's very exciting, not as boring as you might make it seem.
No, it isn't. But I wanted to get a smaller pumpkin, and the smaller pumpkins are what they call the heirloom pumpkins, and they're much thicker. So I had to get out my drill and drill the hole with the big bit, and
whoa! Don't need to brag about your big bit. Okay.
Was it a paddle bit?
yes, it was, and it made everything worked out except for all the pumpkin guts that the drill spread across the kitchen.
Oh, that had to be spectacular.
All right, gentlemen. Well, what can I get you?
So you're gonna do the old
I'm
fashioned.
going to go for the old fashioned.
Old fashioned.
I'll do the pumpkin. We'll go ahead and
And
we'll
do the
one
pumpkin.
Of,
All
one of
right,
each
easy
here. So
peasy.
You know what? You know what, Kevin? You know what I just realized here was this is what happens when you have on mic folks that are also podcast hosts of their own shows. I thought Brad was going to run the show for us back there.
It was getting easy there for a minute.
I
Thank
know.
you,
It was
Brad.
like, yeah, I wouldn't have minded if we had our drinks already. I said, go for it.
Yeah, all that talking and no drinking. I'm starting to get.
Hey
antsy.
man, it was a boring story. I wanted to hear all about it.
I know.
That sounds genius. I want to bore a fruit and put a tap in it. That sounds great.
Did you bear some fruit?
Yes, absolutely.
So
The fruit will bear fruit if we bore it.
all right. So yeah, the what was the so I think I made a reference to a pumpkin spice a couple episodes ago about it. It's fall and it's pumpkin spice bourbon time, and you definitely gave me a dirty look about it. You don't like pumpkin spice?
Is there such?
Lattes
Did
or-
I look at you funny when you
Oh,
said
you didn't like
pumpkin
you didn't
spice
like the
bourbon?
reference to pumpkin spice bourbon. No, I agree with you. I'm not a pumpkin spice
to-
latte.
well, to
or-
be-
I like pumpkin pie, so I'm really excited to try this. So I'm a big pumpkin pie person. So
Well, to be honest, I've never tried pumpkin spice drink. So.
okay. So well, Tracy just said she made the reference to
Are you
whipped
serious?
cream.
Never had pumpkin spice anything to drink?
Well, yeah, not a liquor drink though.
Oh, okay. I was about to say anything. Like that's out of the ordinary.
So come on
Well,
down.
and this one is more of a
Think so?
pumpkin spice punch. So it's got a bit of a lighter. It's
Sure.
not kind of heavy. There's fruit juice in there. I mean the not so secret recipe is pumpkin puree.
It does taste like a pumpkin pie. Yeah.
Pineapple juice, a little bit of apple juice, and then the spices you would put in a pumpkin pie: allspice, cinnamon.
So did you get that memo from Tracy?
I do.
Just add some on the
Just
way home. You
needs
stopped to get some whipped cream.
Absolutely. We'll be stopping at the store.
Oh, bow chicky wow wow. So yeah, so a little bit of backstory here. I probably shared on the podcast. I think it was last fall, almost about this time last year. I shared a story. Chris and I, again, I've known Chris for many years now, and we've got some stories and things, and whether we want to share them or not. And but one of them was last year. I shared a story. Remember, I told you this. I went down to a rum festival in Miami last year. Man, and I got fucking blacked out. And this is where I gave my MVP. That episode was to Chris actually for making sure I wasn't.
For helping you forget. Helping you get home.
No,
wait, what
or
did
my
he do?
kidneys didn't get
You
cut
didn't-
out for me.
Didn't you wake up from your blackout wandering around Key West? Isn't that what? Wasn't
No,
that,
that
the
was
story?
that was somebody else.
that
but,
was-
but
okay.
Chris was there too.
Okay.
I see a trend.
Pretty sure I
There's
said
a
both
trend
those
here.
events.
Oh yeah. So Charlene's like, "Uh oh, you're hanging out with Chris, so be good. Be careful." I said, "No, I don't know if it's what makes it worse. Is it? I am the instigator probably of it all." So
Well, I have to send a permission slip for when you go out with me. I have those. I also have to sometimes, when somebody has a black belt and you get in a skirmish with them, they have to say, "Hey, I just want you to know before this all starts, I have a black belt." I have to do the same thing with beverage alcohol. I have to tell them that I'm a professional alcoholic.
that is some great new merch we got to work on. Right, I'm a
Not just a recreational drinker.
No,
I'm a professional.
I'm a professional.
I think that's
I had
just-
to get good at something, and I guess that's.
well, that makes
Well, you're on
sense
the right
with your
podcast.
career choice.
The
with
kids
that.
would say he's playing ranked.
There you go.
Yeah. So you are the founder of Noxx Dunn.
I am one of the founders. I am what they call the handsome face of the brand.
I can see that.
Where's the laughter? I thought. No.
I don't know you well enough to jump on what I was thinking.
Okay. Yes, I'm one of the founders. We started this little company about four years ago, I think. We all used to make Appleton rum, so we knew our way around the rum business.
I have drank. I've got a great Appleton rum story, actually.
Okay, I'm surprised you remember it.
Well, I remember the beginning of it. Actually, I was performing for New Year's Eve, and We had a bottle of Appleton rum, and we forgot to bring anything to mix with it. But we were staying in the hotel that I was performing at. It was New Year's Eve. And so the kids were with me, and I had like 3 jugs of Hawaiian punch fruit juice flavor, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
I was going to recommend
That's the thing.
just a lime, but
Yeah.
go ahead and throw in even more sugar in there.
It was great.
I'm sure your stomach loved you in the morning.
We drank it all. Appleton rum is very good. So no wonder Noxx Dunn is so good.
So our head of blending and distilling, he's 85 years old. No, 83. I'm sorry, Michael. And he worked for Appleton, blending and distilling for the better part of 50 years. And then and then we all, myself and another gentleman named Douglas, we'd worked with him for Douglas longer than I, and we got this chance to. We've been putting Florida rum in Appleton in some parts of the world, and we're like, we got to do something just with this. This is something. You make a lot of rum here. It's a really great place to do it, and nobody's really doing it with 100% Florida cane. So we got the chance, started it up, and then we've been on the shelves now a couple of years, and just keep getting better. It's 100% distilled from the molasses of Florida-grown sugarcane. It's aged in once-used bourbon barrels in Lakeland, Florida. And for those who know where Lakeland is, it's in Auburndale. And then we take rum that's been aged for 2, 4, and 5 years. We blend it together to 86 proof. We filter it a bunch of times, and that's it. There's nothing else added. There's no tricks. We don't put any sugar in it. There's no molasses added back in. We use no colorants.
Really?
There's a lot of things you can do to rum, and people do to rum, to achieve color or flavor profile that you're looking for. And to be fair, that's a lot of what the charm of rum is. Like especially in the Caribbean and Central South America, there's flavor profiles and there's things that folks do usually to enhance the sweetness. We wanted to make a more American styled cousin to whiskey and bourbon, so that's where we are.
It is kind of a cousin. And I'm amazed that you don't add anything to it for the color or the flavor. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
Mr. Bartender, will you show the color of that stuff? Hold up the color. That's the way it comes out of the barrel, right?
Well, that's how when we blend it. So when we blend all the barrels together, that's how it comes.
Right, I understand.
And then we filter it so it gets that clean look. So a lot of distillers or blenders, in order to not have to filter, they'll just color it. They'll just color it away. So there's like the lots of sort of particulates and imperfections like floating around in the spirit. They'll just darken it, and then you don't notice it.
Right.
We filter it away so it gets even cleaner and purer and smoother. It also, if you swirl around your glass, you'll see that it has some. It actually has.
He's like, oh, I have to. Oh, sorry, I drank it already.
I actually we got to put more in there to swirl it around.
Well, you'll see, that there for a younger spirit like this, there's legs. They'll talk about legs of the aged spirit will kind of grip against the glass. You can see it even from here. That's unusual in a moderately priced spirit. It's usually something you sort of is reserved for the more, higher end, stuff. Because when you start blending other stuff into it, that takes away that purity. So this is it's at a really good price, but it's a very good, it's a very high quality rum.
How much did you bring with you? Because I have a feeling Brad's hogging it all back there, man.
I mean, I told you guys you made a huge mistake.
Well,
I made the suggestion. It was only a suggestion to be the bartender. You should have said, no, you could stay home.
Yeah,
Only a suggestion, not a plea.
Yeah, we
I do
should
want
have known
to say,
better.
Chris, if I may interject, This is the kind of rum that I love, and it's not an introductory rum to somebody who's like been drinking Captain Morgan all their lives, because Captain Morgan, like I feel like I call them candy rums. Anything that's like over super flavored, low proof.
I call it stuff that high schoolers drink.
Yeah, but we all did it. I mean, but we're Malibu or all these, they're candy rums. But this is right up my alley. It's I love that barrel aged kind of funky leather shoe. I always call it leather shoe taste. But it's what I love. This is something you could drink on the rocks.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of just making a cocktail, not knowing. And now I feel like an idiot for doing that.
No, don't. I mean, I think that's the thing about the rum is its versatility. So, you can drink it on its own on the rocks. You can drink it with, in a cocktail like an old fashioned. The sort of the more or even more elaborate cocktails. We're in a bunch of around Palm Beach County. We're in a bunch of pretty high end. Cocktail bars that really take their spirits and their ingredients seriously, and we do really well in them. But we also want to be at rock shows where you're just splashing Coke or soda or whatever, and you can do that with it. It's because of its approachability and its taste, and also the price point. So we're not beholden to. We're a cocktail brand. We're kind of, in fact, one of our slogans, of one of our many slogans that change daily because I'm the one that comes up with them, is Noxx Dunn and a splash of whatever. So
That's good.
So the way that I like to drink it, drink Noxx Dunn, is something I call a sonic. Occasionally, you can drink it on the rocks a lot, and then you look at the bottle and it's halfway done. You got to, I better slow down. And this is a nice way to do that. Noxx Dunn, muddled fruit, in this case an orange. Grapefruit is also quite nice too. And then 50-50 sonic water, soda water and tonic. Maybe we'll invent Sonic water.
Should have some Sonic water to go in your Sonic.
Yeah.
Go to your local Sonic and just ask for some tap water.
That's right.
Speaking of Sonic, where did the name of the cocktail come from? Where did you come up with that?
Well, I'm pretty sure I ripped it off, but I'm gonna say that it's Sonic, SONIC, SO soda, N Noxx Dunn, tonic, IC, ick.
Brilliant.
I don't know.
That's easy. Super simple, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. It's genius. Drinking genius in our presence.
All right. Well, yeah, he did say he was a professional.
Yes, he did.
I do see a shirt, though, it says on the front, I am a professional, on the back, drinker. Anyway.
Yeah, it could be cool.
yeah. So I met or learned about Noxx Dunn.
Or you should say, I've been professionally drinking. Try this at home.
There you go. Right. Get you some.
Yeah, get yourself.
Yeah, Chris liked our promo video.
I want like an outline like picture of Paul doing that, and it just says Rum Paul and no context. That's just that.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say what that reminds me of.
Well, actually, we'd actually talked about utilizing the Only Rums account that I have that I haven't done anything with, but yeah.
Is that a thing, Rum Paul?
No, I just came up with
Yes, it is now.
It is now.
yeah.
Yes, Rum Paul.
If you could do Rum Paul and you just lighten down the M, and then you got
Yeah, Rum Paul.
RuPaul.
there you
We'll
go.
be dragging him down the runway and it'll be a race to the rum bottle.
Okay.
You need a blonde
I
wig.
can see it now. 5 years from now, we're going to be starting Rum Paul's drag race.
Rum Paul's drag
It's
race.
going to be a whole event and everything.
We'll be dragging the rumfluencer out after a bottle of Noxx Dunn.
In fact, it'll be taking over Riffs and Rhythms Festival.
I'm pretty sure.
I've not had enough rum to
All this talk
right
of
now
Key
deal with
West
this.
works perfectly.
I think that should be like a in between, perhaps maybe in between the bands. You have Rum Paul's drag race, right? I think
That
we could
is
do this.
We're going to make this happen. We are going to make this happen. We're going to totally triple our demographic with this festival.
Whose idea was it to do this podcast?
Tracy's.
I kind of invited myself, so
So we've only got a few days to prepare for this. We've got a few phone calls to get this drag race for the weekend going. And by the way, did we mention that the Noxx Dunn Riffs and Rhythms Music Festival is happening just days from now?
That's exciting.
November 23rd, this Saturday.
November 23rd, this Saturday. You can get in starting at 1 o'clock, and there will be great bands all day. Bands from 2 p.m. until 11 p.m.
This is the buzz now that's starting to happen. Again, the opportunity for that. Yeah, I guess we'll just say is that we're trying to do something for the music community. Obviously through the podcast, promote Florida music,
The Florida music community, and now the Florida rum community.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, what better sponsor to have? Title sponsor to have?
I don't know what that crazy island is with the bad power grid that they make stuff at, but I don't care about them. We got Florida rum right here.
It's floating something, but I won't say it. I didn't say what?
Floating something?
Somebody else said it. Some other podcast guy.
Oh, we
it's
don't
the wrong island, man.
Yeah, it's wrong island.
It's not one island out there, Paul. Jesus.
Well, did you know that island is actually part of the U.S.?
Wrong island. Wrong island is where Chinese people go when they visit New York.
This is going to be a weird episode. man.
Wow.
Oh, no, wait, that's the Japanese tourists go there. They take pictures.
Send all your fan mail to Kevin McLaughlin at.
Yes, 121 Wrong Island Boulevard. Wrong Island, New York, 121211.
Oh boy, yeah. So Chris, we got a couple segments here on the show here. Talking about some. With the musicians we have on the show, like a crazy road story. So, do you've got any tales from the road, from any of the tastings you've done, or any of your travels, or anything that's come crazy? Nothing. Don't please use any of the stories about me though, and you and me together. So that's off the table.
What? No.
No. It doesn't. He's got better stories.
Now he suddenly he's got nothing to talk about.
No, you could just tell those stories. Just change his name.
Oh, yes.
No,
I was hanging out with
Include every
RuPaul.
detail.
Every-
I mean, as a professional, I'm, there's, the term attorney-client privilege.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Those Sonics are effective.
They
Make
are.
him another one.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
I mean, I do. I got a bunch of funny stories from traveling around, peddling rum. I'll tell you one just because I don't know. When you guys asked me, I was like, well, what do I could talk about some Key West stuff and
Oh boy.
no. Before we launched Noxx Dunn, I was in England. We went to London, and I had a bunch of bottles of Noxx Dunn with me, labeled like the lick, and we were getting ready to sort of to put on the market, and we went to there's a bar in I can't remember what the section is of London, but it's near where the Palace is, where a bunch of all the clubs are. The clubs meaning these are all the fancy clubs you have to belong to. It's very kind of posh part of London, and there's a hotel there called the Duke, and in that hotel is a place is a bar, and it's the place where the martini was invented as the drink of James Bond. Ian Fleming was staying there, I guess, writing whatever. And so they have a big old setup where they make a big deal of the martini. In fact, there's a place around the corner where they make their own vermouth
So seriously, the martini was invented for the James Bond movies?
No, invented as the James Bond drink. Sorry,
okay.
Did I? Maybe I
No,
didn't
I'm
say that. Right.
Yeah.
No, it was. But that was that's when he said, "Well, this is going to be the martini. It's going to be his drink." And and I'd been there once before at another trip, and you only first of all you have to if you're not staying at the hotel, you have to phone them and get a reservation to go and try these martinis, and they only have 2, because they're pretty powerful and maybe they're trying to be responsible, and there's a whole big like production. The guy comes out. It's almost like making guacamole at the table, except it's a delicious martini instead of delicious avocados.
So it's like it's obviously presentation.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Guys all dressed up in a white coat.
You
and
mean
stuff.
in the UK they don't have guacamole carts? What?
I know, right?
They probably don't even have a guacamole.
They must have them in Spain though, because the UK never made it to Mexico, did they?
So we'd been. So I was actually staying at this hotel with my wife, and we'd been kind of hanging out at this bar and hanging out there, meaning being there for quite some time. And I said to the guy, "Go, hey, I got this new rum upstairs. Can I bring it down?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So we went and we served Noxx Dunn to a bunch of folks that were staying at this hotel that were there to drink martinis, and we busted out the Noxx Dunn, and people loved it. In fact, there was a family from. It was weird. There was a family from Charleston in town. The guy's dad was a lawyer, or the patriarch was a lawyer, and the whole family was getting some sort of big old prize. And it was like watching one of those reality TV shows in the bar. There was like, because the middle son was drunk as hell and talking about his father. I hate you. You never were the, And I'm just like, more Noxx Dunn, more Noxx Dunn, more Noxx Dunn. So
That is awesome. You and I need to speak. I can't wait to talk about the UK.
yeah. So
You're on a podcast right now with him.
Oh, we are talking right now.
You can speak to him.
so
I can't wait to talk to you when you're a captive audience in my podcast.
Excuse me. Well, the next segment is coming up.
So I mean that is that is one of the I guess road stories that's I don't know if it was any good, but that's the one that
That is a good one.
Yeah.
So you brought American rum into a posh exclusive martini bar in London.
Yeah.
And they loved it.
And they loved it. Of course they loved it. Yep.
Yeah, of course they did.
And
No sarcasm at all. It's great stuff.
And rum was big in the it still is in the UK.
Yeah, did they make some martinis with it?
No, we didn't. You know what? We just were glad that we could put it on some ice, and kind of sample it around. And we finished that dang bottle too. Like it was, it didn't. In fact, I needed it. I turned out. I mean, it didn't really hurt, but I had to. I promised like 2 bottles to a guy that I knew there, and I only had to give him half a bottle.
Well,
Good thing we're good friends.
Yeah, he didn't get there fast enough.
No, he wasn't. Oh, hey, I brought these 2 bottles for you. Here's
here's leftovers.
here's half of one.
I told you to come last week.
Well, you could still give him 2 bottles. Just
Yeah,
one's empty.
exactly.
Right.
You know what? I think that's exactly what I did. Here's the 2 bottles I promised you.
That's funny.
So I'm bringing up the UK because we're planning on going to the UK in May for a little Kevin McLaughlin tour of the UK.
Well, interesting you say that. We are thinking about or looking at launching. Somebody's contacted us and is interested in bringing us over to the UK, so that just might work out.
Well, as we speak, my people in the UK are soliciting pubs and music venues to get me booked in there.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, a plan is being hatched
Plan
live
is being-
on the air.
Yes, I could bring some more of
Deals-
Florida with me than I thought.
Deals are being made. Deals are getting done right here.
Yes, no pun intended. They're getting Noxx Dunn. That's
They're getting
for sure.
Noxx Dunn for sure.
Interesting, the whole tie of B3 Podcast Network, right?
Mm-hmm.
bands.
We need an
brands,
organ
and
in here. When you
booze.
say B3, it needs to go.
So,
Devin.
Where's
He's
our
on it.
Where's our B3 organ sound
He knows
effect?
it.
Yeah,
use
I'll
a
custom
B3
design
swipe.
a sound effect.
Where's Lefty when
yeah,
you need him? Dang
we'll
it.
work on it. Hey, we just got him a desk, okay? Baby steps here.
Yeah, I just
No,
got
I'm
it.
just saying. I was just saying. Make a note. It's
That's next on the
that's
list.
Next on the list.
And I must say, you look really happy with an actual desk over there.
It's
to
great.
work on.
So we're gonna take a picture because he's not worthy of a camera because you have to go watch Ghost in the Ox. You have to go if you want to see what Devin looks like. Is you go to Ghost in the Ox podcast, watch it on YouTube, and listen to it. But I'm gonna go and take a picture of.
He's wearing his chroma
behind-
key green outfit just so no one
I'm going
knows.
to take a picture of him, and then we're going to put this up on the Riffs and Rhythms Patreon there. So if you want to find out what Devin looks, who Devin looks like, yeah, what
Make
just
another
Who is
drink
the
there.
ghost
Who-
on the ox?
Who is the ghost on the ox?
Yeah.
So I brought that up because normally, Devin, you are hunkered down with a very serious look on your face with all this audio video gear piled on speakers and not a desk. And now you actually have a desk and you're sitting back comfortable and you're glowing.
he feels like a real
I'm
producer.
pregnant. What can I say?
Oh, good Lord.
Oh jeez.
No,
Did somebody knocks you up?
yeah.
Someone
Now I'm done. No, but
Can't pregnant you no more.
there's few little kicks in the chain to work out here, but it's overall much better than using two speaker tops as a desk. This is an actual desk is great.
Now I'm just using two speaker tops as a bar top.
You got to hand me down.
You're lower on the totem pole now.
That's all right. I'll take it.
But no, so very cool, right? Our B3 podcast network, right, Chris? I don't know if you knew that we kind of rebranded Drums and Rums. Bread Show, Jams and Cocktails has joined the podcast network. You know, we've got some partner shows we've been talking about with Devin's show, obviously this show, Drums and Rum. So we're definitely looking to expand to bring it all together, right? And again, you know, we've known each other for a long time now, and you know kind of what I've been trying to circle around. And these are the kind of things. How do we connect, you know, music and booze and all these things together?
So, Paul, you've turned off your targeting computer. Is everything okay? Stay on target. We need to talk about the festival.
Me stay on target?
So, here at Short Attention Span Theater, we want to go ahead and talk about our impending awesome event this weekend. We mentioned it briefly, but we're going to mention it briefly again because it's worthy of note. It's your last chance to get tickets in advance. You can still save $10. And you can also use a
Promo code.
And you need to either use the JNC promo code or the KMB promo code. And if you do, you'll be able to finally prove to your friends that you're cool.
And if you use code M40, you'll immediately get gonorrhea.
Wow. Jesus. Shots
Yeah, it comes
fired.
right through the submit button. We have a program for that.
If
Yes.
you use code Devin, you have the privilege of paying full price.
There you go. Yep, the price will not change. But we came up with a unique marketing ploy. And basically what it is if you utilize any one of these promo codes, what happens is you get $1 off. Right now it's $26. It goes down to $25. And then that dollar goes to the band whose promo code that you used.
So you got to get out there and hustle, man. Make some money. That's easy.
If you have a favorite band that's playing, call them and ask them what their promo code is, and then they'll call me and ask me what it is.
Promo code M40 gets you a dislocated thumb.
That's what I said.
Oh my!
Wow.
And bruise marks from the cuffs on your
So-
wrists.
So, Kevin, or
To be fair, we should mention all of the promo codes.
yeah, we'll go ahead.
So
Rattle 'em off.
we've got AMOV, the awesome metal band. Their promo code is AMOV. We've got Red Calling, all the way from the Tampa Bay area.
Yep.
Their promo code is RCB. We've got the Bryce Allen Band, the amazing reggae-inspired music. It's great stuff. Their promo code is BAB. And we've got, of course, the one and only one-man band himself, Mr. Brad Brock, representing the JNC TV team.
He's not very good, but he's so good looking. It's unbelievable.
Just okay. He's-
It sounds like an announcement at the chicken ranch. Oh, take this one. He's not very good, but he's good looking. He's half off. No, Brad's promo code is JNC. Next on the list, we have the Kevin McLaughlin Band. The Kevin McLaughlin Band promo code is KMB. After that, we have the amazing Lefty Hathaway Band. Great players in that band. LHB is their promo code. We've got Jason Montero Trio. Jason is a monster. Super cool hairstyle, by the way. And Jason's promo code is JM3. Dean Machine is playing, who Dean holds the unique and dubious distinction of being the only musician who has come to this podcast with a resume. And his promo code is DEAN. And, of course, we already know the disease-filled Mike Furrow podcast is M40.
Jesus. Brutal.
And more importantly than any of those promo codes, just show up because it's going to be freaking awesome.
Yeah. Again, this is something that, we feel very passionate about. Obviously, seeing, a lot of fellow, musician friends perform, seeing bands come from other parts of the state, coming together, putting us on festival, for us, as I've said many times in the podcast recently, is I'm really excited to see all these bands perform.
Absolutely. And so a little bit of logistics with this. It is at the Farmers Market in Hobe Sound, right on the corner of I-95 and Bridge Road. It is on the northwest corner of the Cloverleaf. When buying your airfare, you want to use PBI as your destination. And make sure that when you come, you bring enough money to get the Noxx Dunn fix that you deserve.
And did you know also, you can also purchase, the plan is to purchase Noxx Dunn to take home with you.
Oh, that's right. That's a brand new announcement.
That's
Paul,
right.
tell them all about it, Paul.
Yeah, so we're really excited there. Part of one of our sponsors, partners, etc. The festival here is Bottoms Up Mobile Bartending here. So we're really excited, to work with Chris from the company there. They're involved in a lot of festivals, a lot of events. So it's great to get connected with him because, hell, we want to do this festival more than just one time. We do it once or twice a year, and let's go up and do a festival up in Lakeland there. Up there in the middle of the state. It'd be cool to do
Auburndale.
The Riffs and Rhythms, festival up there as well. And so we're working with, Bottoms Up. They're going to be our mobile bartender service. So we've got a lot of products there.
A full liquor bar.
Full liquor bar. We're working with our good friends, the House of Wine, Beer, and Spirits, Mario and those guys. They've got some stuff. And again, obviously our title sponsor is going to be prominently displayed in the bar, as well as you take some home.
Other
purchase,
nameless stuff to buy.
Other stuff is right as well too.
But take home some Noxx Dunn.
Yeah, so it's so we got some logistics to work out, but we've got it all.
It's all worked out. We've only got days to go.
Yeah,
Everything is smooth sailing and worked out perfectly.
No problem.
Anyway, on to the entertainment news. No, just kidding. Just trying to fill that weird void y'all just made.
Did Brad just try to bust in one of his segments into our show?
He did, but he can't because the person who does that segment's not even.
Yeah, I'd rather have her here actually.
And now the traffic.
Now the traffic.
The traffic's actually bad in Jupiter.
So Chris.
Yes.
What you have a busy schedule of being a brand ambassador for your own brand. Where can someone find you if they want to get the inside track on what Noxx Dunn is all about?
Well,
Are you going to be at the festival this weekend?
I'll be at the festival, yes.
Okay, well, that's your only choice. You've got to come to the festival.
You are the guy.
I'll
You
be at
are the
festival.
guy.
No, hey, I'm excited about this. I mean, I think one of the first times I spoke to or met Paul, I did his podcast a long time ago. And I told him, I said, look, I started a rum company to get into a band. So, I'm working on my, I'm practicing. So eventually.
You should have told us this a long time ago. We could arrange to have you sit in with one of the bands.
Well,
we have 9 of them.
I know.
You got 2 days.
No, but that's not.
It's a little late now.
No, but I'm just telling you the arc of Noxx Dunn and music, this is the start of it. This is, I've always wanted. I always, I thought that when this is a big old deal, like we will have the equivalent to the Vans Warped Tour, but it's the Noxx Dunn Rocks Festival, or something like that.
The Noxx Dunn Riffs and Rhythms Festival is already real.
Now it's real,
It's happening.
which is super exciting. Like I got to tell you, like I
That
really,
is so cool.
Yeah, no, it's so I'm gonna be there for sure, and I'm excited to see all these bands. I've seen most of them except for the ones out from from the West Coast, but I love it that it's the original. I love it that it's original music. I think that's important. I think that I've always wanted to be involved in music, and I wanted to be involved at a level where people had said, "Look, I'm going to try and make a living out of this." And if Noxx Dunn could be part of that journey to when Budweiser ends up sponsoring or Jack Daniels or whoever, if we could be the ones that are in the if we can grow with bands, then that would be a dream come true. So I'm real excited about this. I think it's gonna be amazing.
Awesome.
We're so glad to have you as part of this thing. And the more I get to know where you're coming from and what you're all about, the more it makes sense that we're affiliated.
Yeah, no, for sure, it's amazing. So thanks, guys, for having me as part of this, because it's exciting.
Awesome. Yeah. No, this is going to be awesome. Looking forward to, like I said, where this can go. This could be huge. Again, we're all about Florida and able to tie brands in, and it's just the way to go, right? How to get the word out there, and it's all about promoting music, promoting brands, etc. So
yeah, but the cool part about promoting what we're doing is that we are actually providing an event that we would be personally willing to attend.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because where do you get to go where you can see all original music, tons of different styles, bands all day and all night, and have it be in a super cool location, and not to mention world-class lights and sound going on.
Yep.
And in between all the bands, a world-class podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That rhymes. Wow, we should use that world-class podcast.
There you go. That's the name of our new show there on
Forgot
Fridays.
the
On
world,
Fridays.
You got to put a world-class on top.
World
Where's
class.
the T-shirt guy?
Yeah.
So, and it's not a contrived corporate marketing ploy. It's just what we'd be doing anyway.
Well, I
Just
wouldn't
a
mind
regular
some more.
marketing ploy.
Just a regular, amateurish marketing ploy, but it's very organic and genuine, and I'm really excited to be part of this whole thing.
So this is the cool part is this is different genres. You got a little bit of everything, right? You got some blues, some rock, some country, beachy rock, Florida rock, or reggae-ish vibes, metal bands that are like starting to make some noise too here in Florida, which is
No pun intended.
Yeah, and which is really cool. So.
Yeah, Amov is doing great. They're getting all kind of radio play all over the world.
I'm pretty brutal, posting the flyer and all sorts of music groups that are, that I joined here. Most of them are all based obviously in Florida, and one of them was actually the Rockville group. I went and dropped the flyer into their own.
Rock on, absolutely.
People were like, "What the hell is this?"
Everybody who went to Rockville would have a good time.
No,
Yeah,
I was like,
no question.
I said, yeah, you definitely in rock. Two of those metal bands would fit perfectly. So I'm trying to give a little bit of guerrilla marketing there for those bands too, obviously. But yeah, this is really cool. Looking forward to it. Food trucks, bar, great time, podcast, merch tent, merch things. It's just gonna be great time, man. So before we wrap up, Chris, there's another segment here we've got here. It's like an MVP. Like you got to shout out to somebody you want to recognize, who's kind of helped you out, means something to you, inspired you, got you to where you got to. So this is the House of Wine, Beer, and Spirits MVP of the week.
Oh,
And you can say my name too.
I think it's got to be Paul. Right?
Of course, I agree.
I mean, he.
Everybody says that, just so you know.
No, hey, I'll tell you. Look, I met Paul at a rum festival event. He came up to me and said, "Hey, I got I'm Paul. I got this podcast, et cetera, et cetera." And he was like, "Yeah, I mean, I was nowhere, nothing. I don't think I was even in a store yet."
You met the original Rum Paul?
The original Rum Paul.
Ooh,
the
the
Rumfluencer.
The
The
Rumfluencer.
And then we did. It turned out we lived near each other, which was, I don't know, maybe serendipitous. And then we did a thing, and then we just occasionally hang out, and it seems like I've known the guy my whole life, which is pretty cool. Like I'm an older gentleman, and you don't tend to meet sort of friends when you're as old as, not quite as old as Paul, but when you're this old, you don't meet people that you can make fun of, just like I just did.
Right, that's true.
So
Burn.
And we all love to make fun of Paul because he totally deserves it. But he is the Rumfluencer. He is a mainstay, a pillar of the rum drinking community, and I mean that in a positive way. He is the president, founder, and CEO of the B3 Podcast Network. He has brought this whole family of brands and bands and booze together. And as much as I love to give you fun and as exciting sport it is, good job.
Thank you. So there you go. See, there you go.
I mean, I said give you fun. Make fun of you.
Oh yeah, of course.
don't give
of
him
course.
fun ever.
Yeah, he gives me. Yeah,
I make fun of him.
he gives me other stuff. But yeah, no, there's definitely.
Wow, this Noxx Dunn really does work.
No, it's definitely cool hanging out with Chris. As we said, him and I live here in town, and yeah, we get a chance. We'll watch a Dolphins game or just hang out, and he definitely is a.
Wait, who won the Dolphins game? Last I looked, it was like 42 seconds and it was tied.
They lost.
Dolphins lost?
Dolphins lost. Yes.
wait a sec. Can I just say
Where's
something?
the sound effect for the Dolphins lost?
I would have said, who could have guessed?
Well, it was 27-27, like with 42 seconds left.
Which game you talking about?
That was like
a
2
couple
weeks
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I didn't even see the end of it. I haven't even looked at the stats. I never look.
Yeah, they're not doing good. But hey, still, yeah, hope for the best. So, but yeah,
I still see these long-term resolutions. I feel way better now.
yeah. No, it's as Chris didn't throw me under the bus there sharing stories, but definitely we've hung out quite a bit and we've had our share of Noxx and done and things, and he's definitely a really I'd consider a really good friend. Definitely has looked out for me quite a few times on some excursions. Helped me take some other people that I know around Key West that I wasn't a part of, and
Well, there was, but you do have one friend that we always have to take care of. It seems like.
yeah, we won't say. But yeah, if you're in the know, you're in the know. So, but yeah, we definitely.
Tell a story.
I'm not going to share. I'm not going to throw him under the bus.
Call,
so.
call him a different name.
No, Devin. So Devin,
We're not going to we won't throw him in the back of his pickup truck while we go into another establishment. We won't do that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not
so-
unique in Key West.
And the worst part about it was he wasn't even drinking your booze, man. He was drinking other stuff.
Oh, no wonder you left him in the truck.
Yeah.
No, that was that was
Oh,
that was
that's
another occasion.
event.
That's why I mentioned him
Yeah.
because I've met him twice, and both times he did the
All
same
right.
thing.
Yeah, maybe we'll say we'll
Getting dangerous in the details there. You guys.
Yeah, maybe you know what, we're gonna wrap up the show. We'll tell the story here after the episode, so you can watch some of that on the Patreon episode there for the story of who we're talking about there. But it's all fun, but again, he probably won't see it anyway. So. So anyway, we've got a lot more to talk about, Chris. Obviously, a lot more stuff. We want to get a little bit more into the music conversation. Obviously, what kind of background, what type of music you're into.
So I've got an idea.
Yeah, sure.
Why don't all of us get together after the festival just to make sure we all survived?
There you go. Let's do a check.
All right, cool.
Yep.
So we're gonna get together this weekend at the Noxx Dunn Riffs and Rhythms Music Festival. Details at riffsandrhythms.com. And then we're going to get back here next week just to compare notes and what?
And see if anybody survived.
Are we going to list the sponsors? Yes, we have sponsors to list.
That'd be good.
Of course, Noxx Dunn is our title sponsor.
Yep.
Most important sponsor on the list.
Yep.
We also have Thunderhouse Sound is sponsoring us for the sound and lighting. And then we have as well,
Budget Graphics.
Budget Graphics has doing these awesome graphics that we got going on. We've got Freya Neal with her eyebrow
Permanent makeup.
permanent makeup. We've got JNC TV as a sponsor. The Jams and Cocktails.
And our logo, wherever it went.
Yeah, he did our logo.
Yeah, original logo.
It went right here, Paul.
But I also,
It's on the page.
no, I know the original logo.
It'll magically appear, you guys, in post.
Yes,
That's right,
if you click on riffsandrhythms.com, you'll see Brad's handiwork.
Yes.
Who else we've got a few.
Yep. So we've got Seven Sky, the distributors there. They're on the West Coast there. So friends of ours.
We've got the House of Wine, Beer, and Spirits.
Yep. So we got Bottoms Up, the part of there
Up,
involved.
yeah.
We've got Ghost on the Aux there. So
Yeah, I was about to say celebrity guest Devin Merchant will be there.
yeah, it's celebrity
Absolutely.
guests,
You got Can-Be Star Productions.
right? B3 podcast
B3
Network.
Podcast Network.
Right, and Backbeats and Spirits
Backbeats
Media.
and Spirits Media.
the parent company. And I know we're just seem like we're forgetting somebody here. So
There's more.
there's more. Yeah. Do we have more? No, that's it right now. So anyway, so I think we've got everybody. So yeah, just stay tuned to next week, and we'll talk all about it. So you definitely, hopefully, see you there. We expect to see you there. Come hang out, support local, support Florida, support bands, support brands, and everything else.
Riffsandrhythms.com. Hey, I'm Kevin McLaughlin, and this is the Riffs and
Rhythms Podcast, and I'm Paul Robertson. Cheers. See you at this festival.